Okay, in this class we'll try to see, we'll continue with the previous program, remaining functionality. So what we did in the yesterday's session, we created a program to select data from sales order tables, where we are selecting header data, item level data from VBAP, and material text from MAKT tables into three different internal tables using which concept?
For all entries.
For all entries concept. Okay, now we have three different internal tables, but what is our requirement? We need to display data in one final output format, which includes sales order header data, item level data, and material text. Yes or no? But the data is in
Yes.
three different internal tables. So how can you merge these three different internal tables into one final internal table? So what is the prerequisite to merge? There should be at least one common field, right?
One
Between one
common
internal
field,
table
yes.
and other internal table. Now tell me, what is the common field between header and item level data?
BBLN.
VBLN. What is the common field between header and material text?
Matner.
Do we have matter in header data?
No, sir. Uh,
And what is the common field between header and material text?
there is no common field.
Don't confuse. No common field here. We cannot compare header data with material text. There is no common field.
Yes, sir.
But what is the common field between material text and other item level data, right?
B. Yes, sir.
We have
BBAP.
common field matter in item level data. So we use material as a common key, a common field to select the material text, right? So what did
Yes.
we observe here? There might be three internal tables, four internal tables, or 10 internal tables, right? It doesn't.
Yes, sir.
We are saying that there should be at least one common field. That doesn't mean that all the 10 tables should contains one common field, right? That is not necessary. What is necessary? There is at least two internal tables which contains or which shares the common field. Here, header and item level data contains one common field, VBLN, right? But item level data and material text doesn't contain common field. But item level data and material text contains common field. Yes or no? That link is going on, right? So we link
Yes, sir.
header data with the item using order number VBLN, and then we link material text with orders using item level data. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Order number 10, let's assume order number 10, 0101 2025. And what can you find in item level data?
Rosner.
And few other columns, right?
Yes.
Here, for each order number, we might contain multiple item numbers or not.
Yes.
Item,
Yes.
usually we represent 10, 20, 30 like this, item numbers also. Don't confuse, or I'll change this. I'll use a different order so that item number and It will be different. For example, this is the order number. Okay. And let's assume this order contains multiple items. Third table, what does this contains?
Matter.
Matter and corresponding text, right?
Yes.
200, material 200. Like that, different material numbers. Now, to merge this into one final output, text. To merge this into multiple output. So, what is the link? Order number we link with item level data using VBELN. Yes or no?
Item. Yes.
To get the item level data, we populate from this relationship, right? From these common columns by using VBLN as a key. By comparing, we loop item level data one by one. Which one we need to loop here? Observe this data example. Which one we need to loop?
Item data.
Item data, because each each sales order number contains multiple items, right? Yes or no? 1:n. Right? Now, how can we read the material data? How can we combine material data with sales order data? These two tables are sales order core tables, and third table is just for material text. How can we link material text?
Item
By
level
using
table. In
material number. By linking material number. Right? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
So you can populate material from either item level data or text data. That is your convenience. Right? But text is coming from material text data, and what is the common field? Matter between item and material text data. But there is no common field between header and material text. Please observe this. Right? So that means there should be one common field between any of the internal tables. Okay? Then only we can merge the data. Now let's continue with our program merging. Yesterday we selected data from three different internal tables. Sorry, three different database tables. What is the prerequisite to merge? Create a type structure, final output structure. Types, what is the syntax? Begin of,
Begin of
assign some name. What are the columns we need to use here?
VBELN.
Whatever the columns you wanted to display in output, like you don't need to mention all the columns whatever you are selecting here. Okay, what are all the columns you want to display in the output? That is what you need to mention. You may not display unit of measure, but you are selecting it in the select statement, right? But you don't want to display it, don't mention here in the final output. Okay, clear? What is the type?
VBELN underscore VA.
VA. That is the data element. Next, POSNR. POSNR underscore VA. ERDAT. Type ERDAT. Customer. What is the data type of customer?
I think Kunag.
KUNAG. Yes. And I wanted to display net price. That's it. I'm not displaying quantity and unit of measure. You can add it if you want. Net for underscore AP. Now let me add quantity as well. Quantity, what is the data type? Is it MENG or something? DZMENG. Okay, add that here. I think we did not add material number. After customer, we'll add material. Matner type, Matner, end of TY underscore output. Okay, data.
Sir, instead of Matner, can you add description of that material?
Oh, sorry, I didn't add description, right? Yeah, you can keep only description. Make ATX. Instead of material number, you can just add description. If you don't want, if you don't want to display material number in the output. I've defined internal tables for the final output structure, one work area and one internal table. So why we need this? To combine multiple internal tables data out records into one final output. Okay, one single record. Is everyone clear? Now,
Yes.
to merge the data, what we need to do?
Need to know.
We need to loop.
We need to loop the data. Loop at LT header into,
Item table image.
Sir, item level data.
oh sorry, what I am thinking. LT item into define work area using inline declaration and loop. Populate item level data to final work area. LS output is our final work area. So do we need to do field to field mapping like this? LS underscore item hyphen BLN. You can do field to field mapping like this for all the columns coming from VBAP. Otherwise, what is the alternative? Move corresponding LS item to LS output. So it will automatically compare the item level columns and output columns and populate the data. So what is the prerequisite here to use move corresponding?
Field name should be-
The columns, the field names, whatever you are using in the select statement and in the final output should be same. But is it mandatory to take same names?
Not
No, right? You can take different names. So that's why whenever you are using move corresponding, it will automatically populate the values. You don't need to do mapping like this. But make sure column names are same. If the column names are different, it cannot compare and move the data. Okay. Since the column names are same in our scenario, I'm using move corresponding. This is not necessary. Field to field mapping is necessary, not necessary. But when column names are different, do field to field mapping for each column. Okay. Now, I've populated the item level data. What is the next data I need to populate?
header.
Header data.
Header. Yes, sir. Header.
Header or material.
Header or material.
You can populate header data or material data, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, do we need to loop it or read it? Loop to process it for multiple records, read only one record. Loop we use when there are 1 to n, read we use when there is 1 to 1, right? Now, what data we need to select? Header level data. Now, if you compare, what is the common field between item level data and header level data?
Ably.
VBEL.
VBLN. Now check, is there 1 to 1 relation or 1 to n relation with, sorry, in header level data for that VBLN? For
1
each
to 1.
VBLN, how many records you are going to find in header level data? Only one record, right?
Yes, sir.
So do we need to loop it for multiple times or only one time?
Only 1 time.
Only one time. Then we need to use loop or read.
Read.
We need to use read.
Read. Read table LT header into what is the condition? Which record you need to select? With key
VBLN.
VBLN equal to which VBLN? Whatever the VBLN
Item.
currently we are looping here. Okay,
Header.
LS. LS item.
which is coming.
VBLN.
We are looping item level data, right? The first record will be placed into item work area. So the for the same VBLN, we need to select the item level data. If sy hyphen subrc equal to 0, what does that mean?
The above,
If the read statement is successful, that means
yes.
if the read statement is able to find header record, then populate. Again, I'm using move corresponding just to save some time. ls underscore header
Header.
to ls
Work area.
underscore output.
Output.
Okay. Now, what is What is the remaining data we need to populate into final output? Material text, right?
Material text, yes.
Again, what is the common field between material text and sales orders? Item level material number, right?
Matter.
Matter is available in item. So if you take matter in material text, are you going to find multiple records or single record?
Multiple.
In MAKTX, sorry, in MAKT table.
Only one.
Only one.
How many material number records you are going to find in MAKT for each material number?
Multiple, sir.
One or multiple?
Yes, sir.
Material table we will get only one.
Sorry?
In material table we will have only one.
MAKT, material text table. I'm asking about material text table.
Multiple.
Multiple, sir.
Why?
Because it is a text table, right?
Text table and it maintains records in multiple languages, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But what is the primary key? Material number and language, right?
Yes, sparse and Matter.
Check by material and language combination how many records you are going to find.
Multiples.
If you check material and language combination for each language, how many records you are going to find? Only one record, right?
Only one record.
So
Only one record.
we missed one thing here. Whenever you are selecting data from text tables, what is mandatory?
To
We need to specify the language, right? We need to specify the language, which language text you wanted to select. If you just provide the material number, it will randomly select one record that might be in any language, first available record. What is mandatory? When whatever the text table you are selecting and sparse equal to what is the condition?
English.
SY hyphen
System language.
LANGU. What is this SY LANGU? System login language. If user login with English language, it will populate English. System login language. Now tell me how many records you are going to get for each material number in this scenario.
Only one.
Only one. That means 1 to 1. That means read or loop.
Read.
Read table LT underscore
MAKT.
text into define a internal sorry work area using inline declaration.
Yes, text.
What is the condition?
With key, Matter.
With key matter equal to which one?
Equal to.
From where we are getting this material number? From item level data, right?
Yes, sir.
Hyphen matter.
Matter.
If you can use move corresponding, or since there is only one column, I'll text hyphen x, right?
Yes.
Now we are populating data to all required data to final output. What we need to do after populating the data? Append.
Clear the work area. Oh, sorry.
Append the output
Work area.
to
internal
table.
Final.
Completed, right?
Clear work area.
Clear.
Once we populate the work area to internal table, once we populated the work area to internal table, clear it, because in the next loop iteration we are going to pass second record, right? So clear the current record because we have already populated that to internal table. Don't clear before appending it. Okay. What are all the work areas and internal work areas we need to clear? All the work areas.
All.
Whatever the work areas we are using it, clear all of them at the end. Okay, because next time new value will be populated. What will happen if you do not clear? I'll show you what will happen.
Only one data is
For
Long
example, first
last
record
value.
contains material text. For example, first record contains material text. Okay, but the second record, second item, corresponding text is not available, right? But what will happen if you do not clear? The first record value will be automatically available and it's going to populate again. Okay, you are going to get incorrect values. Clear? So that is the reason we need, for example, I'll show you. It's very important. I'll show you. I'm not clearing the material text. Okay. Keep a breakpoint here. I'm not using any date. Okay. I'm valid. Looks like I'm validating. For to current date. F5. Do we have any records? Yeah, we have 11 records. Okay, we have populated final output with item level data. It is populated. Now we are populating the header level data. Subrc 0 populated the header level data. Now populating the text. Material number and corresponding text is populated. Wait. So in the final output, material text is populated. Second record. Now we are looping which record? Second record.
Second record.
Let's assume. Let's assume that record is not available. Okay. Let's assume that record is not available. I am skipping this statement. Okay. Let's assume that record is not available and I'll make subrc as 4. That means read statement is failed. That material record is not available in the table, right? Or why changing? I'll just change the material number. And there are 3 records. I'll give some random number in the material number. I'll change it here. Is this material number available?
No.
What is the subrc? 4, right? Okay, since we added the subrc check, it won't go here. But if you don't add the subrc check, right, what will happen? What does this material text contains? It is already containing previous value, previous record value, right? It's going to populate to the output. Yes or no? This is one scenario. I'll show you one more scenario. Let's assume you are not clearing the output. You are not clearing the output. You are not clearing the final output, but populating the values. First record is populated. You did not clear the value. You did not clear the work area, final output work area. Yes or no? It is already containing some data, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the material number it contains? DCMS product 1.
Product only.
That is the material text. But let's assume for the second item, there is no material text available. Let's assume for the second item, there is no material text available. I'll just change it 346, but this is not available. F6, read statement is failed. Should we populate material text or not? In this case, material text is not available. So does this second record should contains material text or not? Should not contains, right? Because that material text is not available. We should not populate, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Even though there is no material text available for this line item 10 and VBL and 2, it is populated the material text. From where it is populating?
Previous material.
It is not populating actually. It is not populating it from anywhere. It is there from the previous record. We did not clear this, right? This data did not overwrite, right? That's why the previous record value is still there. Remaining values are overwritten, but this value did not overwritten with the second value. That's why previous value is already there. That's why clearing work area is mandatory. Okay. If you clear the work area, it won't populate the previous record values. Then display the output after loop statement. We'll use CL demo output. You can also use write statement. If you are using write statement, what you need to do? You need to loop the internal table, or you can use the existing loop and write a use write statement here instead of appending, or sorry. So before clearing it, right, you can use write statement to display the output within the loop. Right. So it is displaying the output. Okay. Is everyone clear? So next class will be on joins. How can we replace this entire data selection with a single select statement without writing multiple select statements? We are going to see that. How can we replace these multiple select statements with how many? One single select statement.
All full.
Okay, that we are going to check in the next session. But before joining next class, all of you should complete the practice. Let's assume you did not complete, you did not start the practice yet. It will take one day. That means if you start now, you can complete it by evening. All the concepts, whatever discussed so far. If you are really interested to learn, okay, please complete the practice. You need to understand how to create database tables, or at least you should understand how to create a program, how to write a select statement, how to write select single and select, how to define type structures. If you do not practice data dictionary, keep it aside, start working on program creations. Okay, clear?